Hello and welcome back to the Chatter Cave podcast, where we discuss and review media. I'm your host, Dranky Thomas Hughes, and if you didn't catch my post, I did say I would be delaying the next Man Eater series entry, Shark Swarm, by a week. Obviously, I took the break last week, did the anime, the Red Ranger became an adventure in another world. I took a break after the depressing movie the week before. So this was meant to be the week for Shark Swarm, but that has been delayed because it makes sense considering what got announced last Friday to talk about it as soon as possible, rather than, wait 2 weeks to talk about it. We'll wait a week. We'll wait the week for it to go out. And that's, of course, obviously, the Pokemon presents, obviously, what they obviously announced the other day at that event, which is, of course, Pokemon Winds and Waves, the next main entry in the Pokemon series. And, of course, I couldn't do this alone. I had to do it with the one person I know who's, probably a bigger Pokemon fan than Hayden. And that is, of course, Mr. Geeky Bear himself, Alex.
Hello.
Because, I mean, as soon as they announced it, obviously, I think I literally messaged you. I was like, oh, do you want to maybe talk about it on Monday before we do Baldur's Gate? And he was like, yes. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I was delayed this week's episode by a week. And you were like, it's future Tom's problem, that is. And I was like, yeah, it's future Tom's problem. Next week, Tom's problem.
Yeah, she's like, it's boring.
I was like, I can't, I've got to try and sit down and watch a 2.5 hour movie. I was like, can I really be arsed this week to sit down and watch a 2.5 hour movie? And I was like, not really. At least with this, I don't have to actually sit down and watch anything, apart from maybe like the quick trailer, which I did beforehand. I rewatched the trailer before we did this, just to refresh the memory a little bit, because it's been a few days since I saw it. Because obviously this Pokemon Winds and Waves is the next main entry series in the franchise, after they took the little game off with the spin-off Legends Z to A, which is obviously what they did before. Obviously, between Sword and Shield and obviously Scarlet and Violet, we had the Legends Arceus game, we had the Brilliant Diamond game, and obviously Shining Pearl. So that was all in between that. This time round, we've had, I would say, Legends Z to A. We've technically had them re-release the Fire Red and those games. Obviously,
Fire Red, Leaf Green, yeah,
they re-released those ones. So technically, in the same sense, we've had the same situation, a Legends game and a re-release, just the only difference being when they...
It's not a remake.
Yeah, it's not a remake like the Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, it's just...
it's just a port.
Yeah, exactly, it's just a port forward. So to an extent, we've kind of had the same situation. But slightly different. But of course, next year, 2027, is the simultaneous launch of Winds and Waves. They haven't actually announced a date yet, have they? That it just says simultaneously 2027.
It's kind of, we all know it's going to be like November time.
And so, especially when it comes to main series entry, it's always that sort of time frame, which makes sense, because I say we've had the glimpse of some of the gameplay already. Not obviously a lot of it, just like a lot of the visuals mainly.
It looks a lot better.
Yeah, you can definitely see obviously the elements from the last game and the other games technically as well. And you can see how they then upgraded it going into this one, i.e. the water. That's just one thing I will say. Let's just hope it's not a fuck up. Because what they've shown is, I say, you can see the upgrade there, but other than the water, there's not like a massive, high expectation upgrade. It literally looks, similar. It's just that water, obviously, since the game has waves in the title of one of them, it makes sense that you'd upgrade your water a bit. Let's just hope that Game Freak... just don't get all you can say really is don't get those expectations really high. Because it's Game Freak.
High.
It's Game Freak, it's Nintendo. If you get your expectations...
But they've just released like a proper high-end like game on PlayStation and that. So I think it is literally just because it's Pokemon. Yeah,
because they're kind of held back by limitations with Pokemon in terms of game.
Yeah.
Obviously Nintendo and them, obviously they probably want it very simplistic sort of situation.
Yeah. Because I mean, the Switch 2, it's not really powerful. It's
Switch
like...
2 is is it PS4, Xbox One?
Yeah. That's what I compare it to.
I think that's what they compared it to, if I remember correctly. Because I don't think they compared it to the PS5 or the Series X. I'm pretty certain it's compared to the previous gen of consoles. So realistically, the next Switch, if they go with Switch 3 or go with something else completely, it would be PS5 and Xbox Series
Switch
X.
VR. Let's go.
But it's one of those ones where I say, because it being on the Switch, I say with the PlayStation they can go fucking crazy and bust out this fucking
Yeah.
crazy ass looking game. But I say with being the Switch, obviously they kind of have to hold back a bit. But
Yeah.
question is this just launching on Switch 2? Because they haven't announced that.
That's
I'd assume
the
it would be.
question.
I don't think it would release on Switch 1. I feel
Can't
like
see it
Legends
doing it,
Z2A
but
would probably be the swan song for the Switch 1. Obviously, if they
yeah.
do, fair play to them. Obviously, people who have Switch 1 can enjoy it. I hate them.
Mm.
And she won't have to keep bugging me for my console every 5 fucking minutes. But obviously, if it's just Switch 2, that's a bonus because they can just put all the resources into that one console. They haven't got to try and downgrade it to the
Balance
Switch
it
1.
both.
Yeah, there's no balance needed. It's just fully focused on this because with obviously Z2A, you have to have the balance because it being on both consoles.
Yeah.
So at least this time round, if it is just that Switch 2, all the focus can be on that one console, making it as high quality for that console as you possibly can. Because obviously, that was the problem with the last main entry series was the frame rates on the Switch 1. It was a big issue with the game. And obviously, there was a lot of glitches on it as well. So hopefully, they've been working on this for a bit now because it's been a while since Scarlet and Violet come out. It's been a couple of years.
I mean, if we going off of the data leaks and that, they've been working on it for ages.
I'm guessing probably not long after Scarlet and Violet came out, so they probably started working on it.
Maybe even before it.
Like in the build-up, maybe they started doing the pre obviously production on
Possibly.
it, and then they've slowly been getting to the. They've had enough time really, and they've got themselves another year to make sure this comes out as spot on as possible with no issues or anything. Realistically, after that fuck up with obviously Scarlet and Violet, and after the very lukewarm reception to Legends Z2A, they need to hit this on the nail in terms of the response from people.
If they don't, they're going to lose a shit ton of people now.
Yeah, because three games in a row.
Yeah.
Because I said the last... Obviously, Legends Arceus is probably the last solid game. Yeah. The one that was like, everyone was like wowed over. And that fair came after the lukewarm reception to the remake of Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah.
So they went from Sword and Shield, which got decent response, to a remake which didn't get a lot of good responses from, to then this complete brand new spin-off game which wowed a lot of people.
Yeah.
Went back to the main series, got again another lukewarm response.
Yeah.
Spin-off again, lukewarm response. So it's one of those ones where they have to now nail this as much as they possibly can.
It's hit or miss, and hopefully they hit, because I want to keep liking Pokemon. I mean, I'm still going to like it no matter what, really.
Because I mean, we spoke about Legends Z2A, and we still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
With Scarlet and Violet, we still enjoyed. Obviously, we saw issues in both of them, but we still had enough enjoyment out of it to say, it's passable, it's fine. It's it's not a groundbreaking game, which, to be fair, let's be honest, Legends Z2A didn't need to be. It didn't need to be a groundbreaking game because it being a spin-off, and as I said, it could also be its swan song for the old gen Nintendo.
Yeah.
Before switching to the new one, it didn't need to be anything big. But obviously, if it did overshadow the previous game, that obviously wouldn't be the first time that's ever happened in gaming history, where the swan song final hurrah for a console game was better than the next gen's one.
Oh yeah.
My easy reference for that would be Assassin's Creed. Because obviously Ubisoft released 2 games at once, one for Xbox One, one for Xbox 360, obviously PS3, PS4 as well. So they had Unity, which was their big main title launch, which we'll compare here to Scarlet and Violet. And then we had Rogue, which was its obviously swan song entry for old gen, which would be in comparison to Legends Z2A. It's a spin-off. It's continuing a story, adding more layers to a story we've already established. In Legends case, it was adding more to obviously X and Y. And obviously Arceus was adding a bit more to Diamond and Pearl and sort of the history of Pokemon and all that. And then obviously one was a bit more received better than the other. I say we'll go with the Arceus one actually, because Arceus was better received than Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, obviously.
Rather than Legends Z2A, because I think they had
Yeah.
the same sort of reaction. So we'll go Arceus to Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet in this case is Unity. Arceus in this case is Rogue. Rogue got the better response to Unity, when realistically it should have been the other way around. It should have been an okay enough response to the spin-off, but a massive response to the main entry.
Yeah.
But both, funny enough, Unity and Scarlet and Violet suffered from glitches and issues gameplay-wise, which caused a lot of the complaints. Where obviously a lot of people can, obviously what you say with Arceus, it's one of those ones where it flew under the radar and was like, whoa, it's actually really good. The exact same as Rogue. So it's one of those ones where you never want your spin-off to outshine your main entry. Yeah, you want your spin-off to be good. It's because what's the point in doing the game if you're not wanting it to be good? That's just like a waste of money and waste of people's time and everything. But you never want it to overshadow that big entry, and let's be honest, Arceus did. And it would have been crazy if Legends Z2A did the exact same as well.
Yeah.
Because it would have been the case then of, what's the point in to keep doing these main entries? Just keep doing these spin-offs. They're working better than the fucking main ones. But obviously in this case, Legends Z2A wasn't the exact same oomph as Arceus was for a lot of people.
It didn't have the same kind of
vibe.
Not really vibe. It didn't really have them as much projection, I suppose. I'm probably saying a completely wrong word, but that's my brain recently. It didn't have like the oomph that Legends had. Like, it was just something completely new. Say Legends. Arceus had. So it was something completely new. You got full on, like, well, almost full on, like, open world. But I mean, like, that had a more impactful story, I suppose.
I think the thing is as well, obviously, there was never any huge hype for Arceus. Like, obviously, it was one of those ones that got announced. People were like, okay, seems interesting, but you never really heard a massive amount about it. But obviously, with Legends Z2A, that was coming off the. Obviously, it was a couple of years off the back. It was coming off the back of Arceus in the Legends sense. So it was like, okay, that was great. This could be just as great. Obviously, we're returning to, again, another region that's quite popular. We're bringing back a very popular game mechanic in the forms of Mega Evolution. So it was always the case of, this probably was more hyped than Arceus was because of the fact that Arceus had already happened. And
Megas are coming back, everything like that.
There was a lot on the table for this one to make it this solid game and better than Arceus. Whereas with Arceus, it had nothing to come off of beforehand. It was a brand new experience. So it was just a case of, this could go either way. And it came out in the either way sense of great. Whereas I say, this Legends Z2A, it's coming out and people are like, okay, this should be hopefully as good, if not better.
High expectations before the launch.
It had bigger expectations than the Arceus one did. Because let's be honest, the Arceus one, probably in our eyes as well, I don't know about everyone else's eyes, but didn't have high expectations. It's just one of those ones where it's like, okay, it's a Pokemon game, it's something different. I mean, Pokemon before have tried other spin-off games that aren't like the main entry. I mean, they did the Mystery Dungeon stuff back in the day, the Pokemon Ranger stuff. There was a lot of random ass games on the Nintendo Wii and stuff like that. What's that?
Yeah. I miss Pokemon Ranger.
Oh, that's when you have to draw with a stylus around the fucking stuff. Oh, it's cool, that was.
They could definitely do that with the Switch.
Like a remake of it.
Like, you can actually do that with the Joy-Con.
That would be cool, like a remake of that. But yeah, so they did the Battle Coliseum stuff. When we got going taking pictures. Snap, is it? Or something like that. Yeah. Here's me trying to remember some of the random spin-offs that they've been doing over the years. The tournament one. DX tournament, something like that. Pokémon tournaments. Obviously, that wasn't too bad, to be fair. That was quite a good one. I like that.
Yeah, that was good.
It's basically Mortal Kombat for kids, essentially. But I think they've done.
I suck at Mortal Kombat.
They've done all these spin-offs over the years that have had this very mixed response. So this was obviously Arceus was this brand new experience. that could have gone either way, similar to them. For every good spin-off, there's a bad one. So Arceus never had that hype,
Yeah.
but I say Legends E2A, because of Arceus, the response it got, it had the hype.
Yeah.
And it's like all the stuff they were saying, Mega Evolution back, we've returned to, again, a popular region, we're going into the future.
They were hitting all the keywords.
To get that hype high.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping that they don't do that with this one, because I know they're hyped up a bit now with the little trailer showing off some of the new visuals. They said the water. They've hyped up a little bit, so the expectations are slightly high, but not through the roof yet. So I'm hoping they don't completely go over the top with trying to hype people up. Because as I say, I feel like they balanced it well in the trailer, because they have these good visuals, good water visuals now. But then they balanced it out with a very mixed space evolution for the start of Pokemon. So, it kind of balanced it out a little bit, especially that fucking, what is it, the fucking grass one? Bruff or something stupid like that. Brout. What the fuck is that thing? It is just...
I'm starting to like it more. No. Like, I am liking the starters more and more. I mean, when I first saw it, obviously, like, I'm a dog lover. Pom Pom.
All the way. Unless it's final evolution shit, all the way Pom Pom.
Yeah, hopefully they keep it on all fours, but I mean...
Well, and say, because they can get two ways with this. They say they can keep it on all fours. Like, do like a dusk... is it dusk form Lycanroc?
Yeah.
When it went stayed on all fours in that final form. Or it's is it the Midnight Lycanroc when it goes on 2 feet? Yeah. So that's the two ways it could go, really, with its form. Obviously, I was trying to think of like a dog Pokemon to go with for this, and that's the only one that come to mind was obviously Rockruff. And it's an easy example to separate with there.
Yeah.
You got one that's on all fours, one that's standing on 2. And it's like, okay, hopefully they stay on all fours. Because if you think about it, we had, in terms of like crocodilian type Pokemon, obviously we had Totodile back in the day, who, when it turned into Feraligatr, obviously that's an alligator in this situation, but you get my point. It went on 2 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when we had, obviously, fucking, well, I can't remember his name, from Scarlet and Violet.
Skeledirge.
I always forget that last name. It's at least with Feraligatr, it's an easy one to remember. It's just Feral and Alligator rolled into one.
Yeah.
Skeledirge, obviously, that stayed on all fours. Apart from its second evolution, when it's kind of like on 2, it went back to all fours. And so hopefully they kind of do the similar with this, where it stays on all fours. Because, I say, they can go either way with it, really. It's like, obviously, the same with the water starter in this one. Obviously,
Gekwa.
Yeah, Gekwa. I say they can go either way. They could either fucking keep it on sort of on its all fours again, or they can go fucking like the one from Sword and Shield, where it's just fucking Sniper.
Yeah.
Inteleon is something like that.
Yeah, it makes me laugh though, because like the way people are just comparing them all to like different things. I think that's one thing that Pokemon fans have a problem with. They're very much of a comparing, and like nothing, like people nowadays, nothing's gonna make you happy. Like people, I literally, when I was watching the live stream, at the very end of it, like the last message I saw was, "I hate this." And I was like, "What the fuck, man? What do you want?"
They didn't even show that much. It was just visuals. They went off.
Yeah,
I mean, you had that little cool little live action thing at the start. It's the book, and it's showing Pikachu having a little adventure through all this different regions. The new region variants of Pikachu, yes. Before actually,
are they region variants?
Would be, wouldn't it? Really?
I don't know. I just thought they had a 10.
I mean, I feel like they are region variants.
Yeah.
Like how you had the Alolan Raichu.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they are, in a sense, the same sort of vein as that. But yes, they are very tanned. I will admit that. It's either a region variant or these Pikachu's been there for a bit and they've had a nice little holiday. They've been tanned the entire time, and they're just,
I wish it was me.
They're just in that culture now. They're fitting in perfectly. But I say He had that whole little thing first, and then it did the whole gameplay reveal. Obviously, well, not like full gameplay reveal, just like the visual of, oh, here's some water, here's the lava, here's some Pokemon, here's some of the grass, here's the characters you'll be playing as running around, like just some basic stuff. Nothing like a massive gameplay reveal. It's just like, here's like a first little look. This isn't like a completed thing. Obviously, a lot of this it's probably going to be final look of it, but there is still a lot of stuff we can do between now and then. Here's a little glimpse, a little sneak peek of what we've been working on and what's going to be coming out next year. So there's not much there really to go off. But I do think that's stupid that you can kind of judge it off that.
Yeah.
And say, oh, I hate this just from that little look of it. There's not much there. I mean, I don't think there's enough there really to say, oh, I fucking love this. It's one of those ones where you're going to say...
It's like a nice little teaser.
So you shouldn't really get an opinion, like a massive opinion of something like this.
Like
if they showed gameplay, if they showed actual like proper like battles and all this and that and story elements, then okay, fair enough. You can kind of go, okay, I don't really like the look of this here. But basically, from what they showed, you shouldn't be getting a massive opinion off it. You can get some level of opinion off it, and so, like we've got some level of opinion saying, okay, look, it looks good. Let's not get this expectations too high because it is Pokemon, and they've got expectations up before and let us down a bit. So let's keep our expectations reasonable. We can say, yeah, that looks quite nice. I mean, the water does look really nice. I will say that.
Yeah.
Especially if you look at, I saw like someone compared like a shot from a previous game with the water to this one. I was like, okay, yeah, you can see there's definitely an upgrade on that. Let's just hope it doesn't just fry the Switch.
Yeah, let's hope, because I mean, it's only going to get better, hopefully.
And so, I mean, I love games when they can make the water look fucking beautiful. Because obviously, yeah, fair enough. If it's not part of your game, you don't need to. But if obviously they can swim or anything, it kind of makes sense to make this water look outstanding.
I'm assuming that we're going to have like the dive feature back in the game.
And obviously this time around you actually be able to dive with them.
Yeah.
I'm guessing maybe, no, like in the other games where you can obviously ride on something or fly on something. I'm guessing it'd be the same thing where it'd be a certain Pokemon you can just grab onto and it just goes into the water.
Yeah.
And you got to have a little
dive. I'd like to assume so.
But as soon as you go under the water, your character's scuba outfit just appears on you. Just a quick pop.
They probably do like if they do like the Rotom stuff again. I hope they don't, but I mean we've got like that little hoverboard kind of thing, so maybe it's all to do with that. But so, who knows?
I'm guessing maybe like some sort of little mouth breather, some like Star Wars. Star Wars has that little. Obviously, the Jedi's always put like this little mouth breather and put it on the mouth. Yeah. Like maybe it's just something like that in your pocket. You just whip it out.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna say it's. I mean, I remember showing you. I'm going back a few years now. The second Horizon Zero Dawn game, Horizon Forbidden West, and I remember showing you a gameplay trailer years ago for it. When they first like did similar to this, where they first did a reveal, but it was obviously actual gameplay reveal, not just like the shots from in the game. It was like actual like a little mission. And I remember showing you like this sequence where it's like this whole underwater sequence, and I remember your response being like, "That looks fucking gorgeous." Like the underwater segments look so good. So that's kind of the response they need from this in terms of that, because it's one of those ones where, since this is very clear, a key focus is going to be the fact that they've upgraded the water to the point of it's not just like this still looking fucking thing. There's actual visuals there. You want that level of response from people. You want them to go, that looks absolutely gorgeous. And as I say, from the trailer, it does look gorgeous, the water.
Better.
But as I say, is the final product going to be that or better? Is the question. Because obviously, I'm guessing they're still going to keep working on this over the next year. I can't see them being done with this. There's probably still like another good year of development in this.
Yeah,
a year and a few months probably, because it probably won't go gold till maybe like mid next year, maybe beyond that. Unless they do drop it early in the year, which hopefully they don't. Hopefully they give themselves time to make sure it runs fine. It is perfect for launch, because as you say, you don't want another lukewarm response. You don't want a negative response. You need this. Knocked out the park on the first on this third go.
Home run.
It needs to be a home run, basically. especially considering it being the Switch 2's big Pokemon game.
Yeah, it's
It
like
needs to be
the
that.
Switch 2's like first, like it
Main.
is the Switch 2's mainline game.
Yeah, because obviously Scarlet and Violet, obviously, yes, you had the upgrade to Switch 2, but that doesn't count for this conversation. But this is basically the Sword and Shield for the Switch 1.
Yeah.
Switch 1, Sword and Shield was the opening main title after the Sun and Moon stuff on the 3DS.
Yeah.
So that was the big launch title, and obviously it got a good response. It was obviously like, wow, okay, this is what you can do with Pokemon. I wonder what else, obviously, more they can do with this game. Because I feel like that was a good base game for that console. It showed you can go open world a lot more, like go a bit more visually with the game. So it was a good launch title for that. And obviously then they tried to go bigger with obviously Scarlet and Violet. But obviously Scarlet and Violet was very clearly a game that was probably designed more for that Switch 2. But they wanted it out earlier because they didn't have the Switch 2 ready to go. Pushed it out. Didn't really work as great on Switch 1. I mean, I didn't have too many issues with it, if I'm being honest, on Switch 1. I feel like I got lucky where I didn't really get hit with much when I played it.
Yeah, same with me.
But I mean, that's happened to me before. Again, Assassin's Creed. I played Assassin's Creed Unity on Xbox. I honestly didn't really get any issues. Replayed it recently on PC, and I had a lot of issues with the PC port of it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those ones where I probably just got lucky, and so did you with the app, obviously versions of it, that we just didn't really encounter those issues. I mean, there probably might be like an issue here or there, but nothing.
Yeah, but it wasn't like major. Like people were losing save files. And all that.
I never got that. I never had anything game breaking. I may have had like a visual glitch, but that happens from time to time in games. Visual glitches are always there, and it's hopefully one of those ones where it's a funny visual glitch. Because I don't mind visual glitches if they're fucking funny, and you can go, I can get that. Like, obviously when I said to you before recording, obviously I've fucking bulk recorded so much Assassin's Creed Syndicate recently. That's all I've been playing. But I had a glitch which I found quite funny. Where I was just walking through this bit, and I could see a guy walk past the gate, and behind this walls by this gate is like a bunch of like barrels and shit. So there's nothing. So we can't walk in a straight line. He has to go around.
Yeah. And
at the corner of my eye, and I turned my camera at the right moment. For some reason, he just started floating above these barrels, and that's how he got around them. Was he carried on walking? He's literally doing the walking animation, but in the air. And I was like, "You okay, mate? You okay up there?" And he just drops back down and carries on. I was like, what the fuck? Like, those sort of things I absolutely love. It's just when there's like something like you're doing something that's like an invisible wall and you can't move and you're stuck and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, that is kind of a game breaking glitch. Which obviously I never got during Scarlet and Violet, but I know people did. So it's one of those ones where I know of their existence. I just happened to get so fucking lucky that it never really affected me to the point of, as you say, I lost my save, had to restart. I just never had that. And I don't think really Hayden had it either. She's never mentioned anything like that to me. But as you say, it was something that was definitely not designed for the Switch 1 at the time. Like, it ran on the Switch 1, but it had issues
I think it could have been for the Switch 1, but I think it just needed more time to cook.
Yeah, they needed more time to at least make sure it ran perfectly. And that may have meant downgrading some elements of it to make it run better. Because there wouldn't be, especially the Switch 1, they definitely couldn't have upgraded elements. Because the upgraded elements are what they've added to put on the Switch 2 to make it run perfectly for the Switch 2. And obviously it runs perfectly on the Switch 2. But as I say, it's one of those things where they probably were better going back on themselves and saying, okay, if we pull this back, this will help it run a lot more. But obviously they kind of, let's be honest, because I mean, Scarlet and Violet came out in 2020... Was it 4, 3, 2, 1? It wasn't that back. I think. I think it was that's gonna bug me. I swear it was like 2020. I want to say 3. Might have been before that actually. Might have been 2022. Pokemon Scarlet. 2022. I was like, 4 years ago. I was trying to remember then. I was like, okay. I remember playing it at work when I was obviously not on break, but obviously when I used to have to start early. But obviously when I got to the point where I didn't actually have to, obviously I usually got there way too early because obviously I said my lift worked. I remember taking my Switch all the time and playing it and then talking to someone about this game because they're like, "Whoa, look at this game!" I was like, "Yeah, it's what Pokemon looks like now." And so I was like, "Okay, I'm starting to think it's 2022 because that's when I started at that time." And then obviously Sword and Shield was I think 2019, wasn't it? Yeah, 2019.
Yeah.
20, 21, 22. So it was only 3 years really, but obviously. I say probably could have used that extra year instead. If you think about it, with Sword and Shield, we had the DLC in 2020 to sort of cover that year.
Yeah.
So 2021 was the remake, which remakes are always passable anyway, unless it's done properly. Which it was literally just the exact same as the old one, just for the Switch. Visually, it was literally the exact same. They tried to copy the exact visuals instead of upgrading the visuals.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, obviously Arceus came out that year. That could have been the one and only game of that year. That could have covered them for another year.
Yeah.
Because Arceus got enough of a response. They could have literally put Arceus out like a couple of months after January instead. Give a bit more break in between because Brilliant Diamond was November, I think it was. That was kind of that. That was kind of essentially the flagship launch that year, even though it was technically an old game.
Yeah. They could have done what you said. Yeah, they could have literally waited until even just putting it in November time again.
Well, it could have been. It's either November time or middle of the year or something like that. Something stupid like that. Could have put it out then, and that again would have covered that year. And then they could have dumped Scarlet and Violet out in 2023. That's what they could have done. And then a DLC for that could have been 2024, which then, you know what I mean? I feel like that gives them, that extra year to make sure it's fine. Gives them that extra year to work on the DLC to make sure that's fine. I just don't know why they rushed out so many in such a quick time frame. Because within a year, there was 3 Pokemon games. Within a year. And it's like, why did you bother rushing them out? You didn't need to rush them out like you did. You could have literally spread them out perfectly across this time frame.
Yeah.
Which then gives your developers more time to make sure everything's running smoothly. And they would have clearly seen with Scarlet and Violet, it wasn't. And they could have literally just worked on it. But that's the problem with these games. A lot of times it's not necessarily the obviously people working on its fault. It's more of the people that are backing it, and obviously the money people. They're essentially saying, okay, we need this game out now. No delays. We need it at this point. And that kind of then makes it's the time crunch up. We need to get it out for here. Is it finished? No, we have issues. We need like a good couple of months to fix this. And then bang, we can have it perfectly. But no, we need it out right now. Well, we have to put it out now and just slowly patch as best we can over time.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's a huge example of that. That was scheduled for, I think, originally 2019. I think. Obviously, got hit multiple times with delays.
Yeah.
It obviously, I think it had about 3 or 4 release dates before it actually came out. Came out during COVID. Came out December 2020, if I remember correctly, off the top of my head, and it came out fucked. It was absolutely fucked. Old gen, it barely ran. New gen, it was just full of glitches, game breaking, visual. It was just full of everything. It was absolutely broken. And then over the course of the next year or two, they patched out everything to make it run smoothly, make it visually fine. I mean, I'm pretty certain when it came out, they had to take away the old gen launch of it. They literally, if it was on digital storefronts, they literally took it off the storefront. It was like, yeah, no, this game does not run on these consoles. You can't buy it anymore. And they literally stripped it from every store for the old gen because it just was not a game that functioned on old gen at the time.
Yeah.
But obviously, once they patched and everything, did all the fixes, they got it out. But it's one of those things where it was a big game. It had a, they're like, yeah, we'll give you this delay. We'll give you another delay. But at that point, it's probably like, we're not giving you another delay. It needs to be out before the year's over.
Yeah.
For financial reasons, it needs to be out before the physical year ends. And it's just like, no, we can't. We physically can't. It needs another year, really, of stuff. But that's what gets me with games. I like what Pokemon's done with the release date for this. It's just said simultaneously in 2027. It hasn't given a full release date. It's just said in 2027 it's coming out. And that gives them the time to make sure it's fine. Heck, they could release it like the fucking 31st of December. That they've got such a wide release date. I just don't get games when they aren't going to be ready for a release date. Put up these dates. I mean, GTA. Look at GTA. How many release dates that's had so far? I mean, it's scheduled for November now this year, and it's just like, if you don't get it ready, you delay it again. Don't give a release date. You don't need a release date. Just say, okay, we're going to get you to. We're just going to give you an overall year release date to say, okay, 2027, like Pokemon has. Well, at some point in that year, it's going to come to you. But I say if they get it out for that date, great. If it runs fine, great. But if it doesn't, stop giving release dates before you know the game's actually going to be able to function. Just give it a year-long release date, which is my dread for the new Wolverine game. I'm hoping it's not fucked. Because so far, obviously, Insomniac have done really well with the Spider-Man games. But they've actually given a full-on release date now of September, like the 13th or something stupid like that. So they've given an actual day release date. So it's the case of, if you delay it now, what was the point in doing this? Putting it, it's like 50-second trailer to go, oh yeah, the game's coming out this date. They literally put out a trailer that was just the poster and then coming to you September 13th or whatever it is. And it's just like, did you really need to put like a 50-second trailer out for that? Couldn't you just like posted it somewhere being like, here's your date? Or just not give it a release date until maybe like 2 months beforehand. Like if you, the 2 month mark, if you know 2 months beforehand that it's not going to come out, then you can delay it. But like they should give themselves a bit more time, because let's be honest, pre-ordering games are useless. Until it's close to the date, there's realistically no point fucking pre-ordering a game. You like, fair enough, like maybe a couple of months beforehand pre-ordering. So I say sometimes I'll pre-order maybe 2-3 months in advance. But if it's like a game that's up for pre-orders like fucking well over that in advance, there's just no point. What's gaining from that? Yeah, you're kind of securing your copy, but it's just like, you secure your copy either way. You know what I mean? It's a bit different if they offer physical gifts like you have with the new Pokemon game. That's a bit different, because obviously they need to lock in, okay, this is how many we've got. We've got like 1,000 to give away. You pre-order now, rather than later, you're guaranteed to get it. But you can pre-order later, and by that time they're sold out. Like I say, I was on the Nintendo store earlier looking at the one you've got, and all the physical versions of these games with the pre-order bonus are sold out, but all the digital games are still in stock with the gifts. And it's like, I'm guessing they allocate so many for the physical ones, so many for the digital. So it's like, okay, they must have still some left for the digital, which is probably why the physical ones sold out, because they only had, it's not necessarily just the way the games itself sold out, it's more likely they've run out of allocations for the tote bags, the travel bag, the mug. They're doing, it's probably they've sold out on that, and they don't want to sell any more, because all they're going to do then is just put the game up for pre-order. It's like, okay, try and get more people to buy this version of it to get that. So it's one of those ones where, unless it's got like something physical with that, they say straight away it's limited to so many customers, then there's just no point pre-ordering anything until you're close to the day to say, you only pre-ordered that Pokemon game realistically Thursday, was it?
Yeah, Thursday,
I pre-ordered it yesterday, so Sunday. And then I haven't even pre-ordered the new WWE game, and that comes out in like 2 weeks' time. I'm just gonna wait till like the week before and pre-order it then. It's just like, there's no point me pre-ordering it. You know what I mean? You get pre-order bonuses, but if you wait literally for a week, you're still gonna get that digital bonus either way. There's just no point me saying, oh, I'll pre-order it now. I pre-ordered it obviously when they first put it pre-order, which was like maybe like a month or so ago. Have the money taken then. Well, I can just buy for it, wait for it to come close and then buy it when it comes out. There's just no point me spending however much it's going to be, like months in advance. Because say certain companies, say like, I know Amazon for example, you pre-order off there, you don't pay straight away, you pay on release dates. But then a lot of these other ones, I know like I was trying to think of one off the top of my head. Some of these other websites, like especially when you're doing the digital payments off, like I think Steam maybe does it.
I have no idea. I've never pre-ordered on Steam.
I don't think I have either. but I swear they do. Obviously, it's one of those ones where you pre-order it and it takes the money then and there.
Yeah.
Because I swear I've read somewhere before. I was like, I swear like digital storefronts, most if you're buying
Hmm.
on digital storefronts, they'll take the money then and there. Because I swear I've read before,
Yeah.
being like, oh, that they've refunded the money for this game because this game has been delayed. So it's like, okay, we'll send you the money back now. We'll take it on a later date. It's like,
Yeah.
okay. It's say there's no point generally pre-ordering a game until it's like if they put the pre-order up for now for Pokemon, the new game. It's like,
Oh yeah. I
why would you
mean,
pre-order it
Amazon
now?
probably done it.
Why would you pre-order it now? You'd wait till
Yeah.
closer to the date. I mean, I'll go to the point now when I pre-order games, I always just shop around on different websites to see
Mm.
what either
Yeah.
offers the
Same.
best price or offers a good pre-order bonus.
Yeah. I used to be one who used to order it from Game all the time,
I think I used to be fair, a lot of times.
and I mean, well, one game's not really a thing anymore.
I mean, it is to an extent. It's still,
It is, but it's like very not really.
it's very more
um.
online, I think, than anything now.
Yeah. And two, like, I mean, yeah, cheaper is
Yeah,
better, but
I mean,
also,
Game always charge fucking delivery price as well on top of the game. It's
yeah,
like, what the fuck? I mean, I remember when
yeah,
the I think it's like the PS5s and all coming out, the PS5 and like Xbox Series X and stuff like that. Like you'd pre-order it off there for like again like fucking how much it was, like whatever
yeah,
500 quid, and they'd still be charging like fucking a ridiculous sum for delivery. It's like,
yeah,
what the fuck? Like it should be free delivery because it'd be how much?
yeah.
I think they're still charging like another like 10, 20 quid for delivery. It's like,
Mm.
what? And it's same with pre-ordering the games off them. They're still charging like the fucking.
Yeah,
I don't think they even offer free delivery. I think every delivery you get from there.
I think
When
it
I
was,
saw before,
yeah,
it was like
everyone was
you're being
paid.
forced to pay like up to £10 for delivery. It's like, fuck
Yeah,
that. I can go to like other websites like HMV, Game,
yeah,
the Nintendo Store, and
very,
all that, and literally get the same game with a free delivery option.
yeah,
Or I can literally go to a shop and fucking buy it for free. Well,
mhm.
not buy it for free, but you know what I mean. Don't pay
Yeah, I know what you
anything.
mean.
Is that I've got to the point where I shop around. I mean, which game was it last year? I think it was either Ghost of Yotei or Death Stranding 2. I was looking at different shops and everything, and I think I went with, in the end, I think I went with HMV because they offered it the cheapest, and they offered actually like a decent enough like in-game pre-order bonus. I was like,
Yeah,
right, I'll go with them then. I said to you that not the new Pokemon game, but the one that's coming out this week, obviously that Animal Crossing style one.
mm,
Obviously, I said to you, I got it off Amazon in the end for like $56.99. But the only other
yeah,
place I was looking at was Smith's, and the only in-game bonus they offered was a fucking potted plant. I was like, why the fuck would I pre-order it for a potted
yeah,
fucking plant? How is that worth it really for a pre-order? It's not. I don't understand if it was like, oh, you get like an exclusive like character skin or something stupid like that, but a fucking
yeah,
potted plant, that's not a bonus. That's just a fucking middle finger.
yeah. You might as well just bought. You should have just looked on the Nintendo store, man. Could have got yourself a cup, bag, or a
I honestly,
bag.
I didn't think. If I'm being honest, obviously, I was just looking. Well, to be fair, the pre-order that it would cost like an extra £10 to what
Mm,
I paid if I wanted the physical version, but it's all out of stock anyway.
yeah,
But it's one of those ones where it's like I didn't think at the time. The only two places
yeah,
I think I looked at Amazon first, and I was like, oh, there's no pre-order bonus on there. I was like, I'll have a look elsewhere because other places do.
yeah,
To be fair, I haven't checked HMV. I might have a look at HMV, but to be fair, Amazon offer the paying free option, so I might just stick with them just because of that option.
yeah,
Um, it's it's nice to see £19 equate your account each month for 3 months rather than like almost 60 quid in one go.
yeah.
Especially since I got
True.
the WWE game coming out this month as well, which is going to cost me like fucking how much as well. But it's just one of those ones where I was just looking at it. I was like, oh, there's no pre-order bonus. Like, I'm not too fussed anyway because it's not a game I'm jumping at anyway. It looks good. I'll probably play it. It's more because
Yeah,
Hayden was on about she wants to play it. So it's like, oh, I'll pre-order it for her. And I was like, I'll look on Smiths because I know she got Legends E2A off Smiths, and she got like
mm,
fucking like these like Mega Evolution stickers of obviously certain Pokemon, and
yeah,
I think she got something else. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's not as cool as the fucking statues I got and all that shit, but
yeah,
it's cool. And I was like, I'll have a look at the Smiths because I know they do bonuses. And it's just when I scroll through, it's like pre-order now and get a potted plant to put in your house. And I was like, how is that a pre-order bonus? Like,
Well, I've just looked on HMV and you get nothing, and it's also sold out.
does it tell you the price on there or not?
59.99,
Okay, so it's more than what I'm paying right now.
and it's
Okay.
more than what I'm paying.
It's weird because I've noticed the last few times I brought games off HMV, they've been actually a lot cheaper than Amazon, which is weird. And they offer stuff as well, that's why I think the last like couple of big PS5 games I brought off HMV. I mean, I think a lot of my physical games in general recently I brought off there because they've offered cheaper price, and on top of that, they've offered a bonus with it. Plus, I mean, 2 out of the 4 I got days early. I mean,
Yeah.
Spider-Man I got like I think a couple of days early, which is nice. The Funko Fusion game I got like I think like a good week early.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
I do
broken.
miss
The
physical.
game was broken because obviously they hadn't put the day one patch out, so it was like there was a lot of glitches in it where you couldn't fucking do stuff. But I got to experience it a lot in advance, which was okay enough. It's just wait for the patch to go out to fix that issue. But still, obviously that's the good thing about when I pre-order from them, because they go for Royal Mail delivery. If they send it too early and it goes through the Royal Mail system as quickly as it can, it will get to you early. Whereas Amazon, obviously it's a day-and-day release, so obviously they'll probably dispatch it on the night before for it to get to you that day.
I mean, when I ordered it on Amazon, they did it the day after. That's when I got my Switch. I was gutted.
Some do. You have to kind of look out for that. Cause sometimes it will say it's released on. I don't know. Let's pick a date here. Released on. We'll go with your birthday, 21st of April.
Yeah.
It's released on that day. You'll receive it on the 21st of April. Or sometimes if you're unlucky, it'll say released on the 21st of April, receive on the 23rd of April. My birthday.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where that I've noticed that a few times, and that's why I think I went sometimes with HMV first.
Yeah.
Less of the price difference, more the fact that it was telling me it was not going to get to me for a few days after the game release. I'm like, no, I want it on the day release. I might not always play it on the day released, but
it's the same with the Pokémon game.
I'd like to have it on the day release.
Yeah, with ZA, I think I had it the day after. I had it on the same day, but it might have been late in the day.
Yeah, that's another thing with, obviously, because go through Amazon, they can deliver at any point in the day. Anytime to 10 o'clock, I think it is. So you could get really fucking lucky and have it first thing, which a memory of that for me was, I think, Saints Row 4 when I pre-ordered that years ago. That's dating. I'm dating myself. That's quite it's an oldish game there, Saints Row 4 is. I mean, I think we were still in school when that came out. I remember pre-ordering that, and it came up really early in the day. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. So I was able to play, because I think it came in like when we was off school or something like that, if I remember correctly. And I remember.
I think we're off topic a bit.
Huh?
I think we're a bit off topic.
We're talking the new Pokemon. We're talking, just gaming in general. Because there's only so much we can talk about from a fucking 2-3 minute trailer. So I mean, we can we add random shit into it. I mean, this is mine and Connor territory. We just add random shit to keep going. Because I remember pre-ordering it and getting it really early, but then I pre-ordered. What game was it recently? I can't remember what game it was, but I remember it not coming till like 6 o'clock, and I was fucking so gutted because I didn't get a chance to play it. I just can't remember what it was, but it was one of those ones where I was like, I haven't got to record it, so I can jump straight into it. And it just didn't come till like really late. I was just so gutted because I couldn't play it. I think I just had to install it, and that was it.
Yeah.
Might have been Death Stranding 2. Actually, no, that was HMV. That would have been wrong, man. I can't remember, but you get my point.
I get your point.
It's one of those ones where it's just you have to get lucky sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's say it's in the new Pokemon game. It's an easy thing to say. Just don't get too hyped.
Yeah.
Until maybe they start putting in actual proper gameplay, like
it's
a 10-minute gameplay
kind of
footage.
Yeah, it's a Pokemon game. You've got to kind of get your expectations correct. Like, you're not going to expect a game like Elden Ring or Breath of the Wilds or whatever,
Red
but
Dead 2.
It's a Pokemon game.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where you should never you always have it low. If they put like a 10-minute, let's say, gameplay trailer, like some companies do, when they put like a 10-minute, here's like a few like segments of the game.
Always have it low, because it can always get better. It can only get better.
because obviously if they put out like a actual proper gameplay trailer, you can give an actual judgment on what you feel of it and say, okay, this actually looks really good. My expectations are now really high on it. But from realistically, let's be honest, from this short trailer we had, which a lot of it was just little shots of like nature and whatnot, and a few Pokemon. Ones like Pokemon we already know as well. It's not like new Pokemon.
Yeah.
Apart from the 3 starters, it's all Pokemon we already know. There's nothing new there. So it's always the case of you shouldn't get any expectations. You can have a little, I think, especially after like say the visuals on like the water and that. You can get a little expectations, just a little bit. I don't think you should ever get like through the roof expectations for it, because then, as I say, when it comes out and it's not what you thought, then you know what I mean. I feel like it's like any game though, really.
Yeah.
So you never get it. Doesn't even apply just to games. It applies to a lot of things, really. Just keep your expectations medium, like mid, because at least if it comes out and it's great, then you can go, oh, that was fucking better than what I thought it was going to be. Or if it comes out and it's worse, then you can go, okay, it's worse than I thought it'd be. But you had that expectations in the middle, so it was never like, oh, I was expecting it to be this great thing, and it can make dog shit. And you're like, oh, it's like so bad. Like I was expecting like a 10 out of 10. It's like a 1 out of 10. You know what I mean? Expect a 5 out of 10 at every point.
Yeah.
At least then
Always
you're in the middle ground. So if it goes any above that, you can go, well, they beat my expectations on it. If it goes below that, you go, it is what it is. Like it's below what I was hoping for it, but you know, it's not like I was expecting like this masterpiece. Yeah. So I feel like unless it's something like, I can understand like if you're like a mega fan, then fair enough. You'll always have your expectations as high as you can. It is what it is. It's what's going to happen. It's who you. It depends on the person, really. But I have always got to the point where I say I think I had my expectations high on stuff before and I've been let down. So at this point now, I'm just like, oh, that looks really good. But I'm not expecting. I'm gonna not go too crazy on this is gonna be fucking amazing. Case in point, Ghost of Yote last year. I was obviously I'm a big Ghost of Tsushima fan. Fucking didn't have any expectations heading into that game whatsoever, Ghost of Tsushima, and I came out fucking wow, this is great. But obviously because of having a game already from this company, going okay, I've got some level of expectations because of this game already happening.
Yeah.
You'd think my expectations were through the roof, and I mean I was hyped for it. I was looking forward to it, but I still kept those expectations at a reasonable state of going okay, this can go either way. This could be the same feel I get from their previous game, or it can be less. So I remember obviously just keeping those expectations low enough. Like I still spoke highly about like my enjoyment I was going to get, hopefully going to get from it, but internally I still knew, okay, I don't want to go too over the board on this. I don't want to be going, oh my god, this is going to be like fucking... it's one of those ones where I was like, okay, I'm expecting it to probably be my game of the year, but I it's no guarantee it's going to be. Like, I feel from looking at a few videos on it, I'm like, okay, I expect this to probably be my game of the year.
Yeah.
But I still was going to keep my expectations down a bit. Like, that's expectation there, like, oh, it's game of the year. It's got to be game of the year.
Yeah.
But I've still got that expectation down a bit. Like, okay, I'm saying it's this, but I also know mentally, like, I may be saying this one thing, but I'm still going to keep it as low. I'm still going to keep it down a bit. Like, I think my expectations for it at minimum was like a 7, which I feel like is an okay benchmark. If you're gonna, it's not high, but it's high enough to say, okay, I'm expecting at least a 7 from this game. If it goes any better, fucking well done. You've done a great job on this game. If it goes any lower, then yeah, I'll be kicking myself a little bit because I enjoyed the first one. But as I say, it's just something that I spoke highly of, but internally, I still knew how to control myself a bit. And I mean, it wasn't even my game of the year. I think it was like my second favorite game of the year. But it's something where, because it being such a big franchise Pokemon, and you got such a big fan base, there'll always be people head into it with such high expectations. But as I say, it's always fun to head in with low expectations, because then when it comes out fucking amazing, like you can go, wow. I mean, for example, Clay Obscure, that came out last year, which won a lot of awards by the end of the year. I didn't have any expectations heading into that game whatsoever. Didn't know much about it, or literally pretty minuscule about it. All I knew was what Connor was told me, which was like a little bit. So I'd not seen any gameplay, I'd not seen anything. no trailers or anything, and I just installed it and played it.
Yeah.
And as I say, expectations were low because I was like, something that Connor's recommended. I'm like, it's Connor. We sometimes have different tastes. So I'll see what it's like. And I walked away from playing it a few days later going, you know what? That was fucking out of this world. So I feel like that's always the best to do. But as I say, it's one of those things where people are different. They'll say something and their hype will go up. It's just who you are personally. If you want to have your high expectations, have your high expectations. That's up to you. I'm not going to fucking say why you're getting high expectations. I can just say a few reasons to why, realistically, from this short trailer, you shouldn't get high expectations. It's a very brief trailer that's just panning shots of little areas. Like, yes, you can have some level of, look, it looks nice visually. That looks pretty cool, but there's not much there really to fucking make you jump out your seat and go, that is going to be the best Pokemon game they've ever fucking made. You shouldn't be saying that until either they put a lot more gameplay on it to make you see it, or you played it physically yourself. Because that's the thing, they can put these gameplays out and they can look like masterpieces, but when you play it yourself, you may find faults in certain elements, because certain elements that they've not bothered to show in gameplay trailers, probably because they know there's faults there or haven't found the fault there themselves. Like, you go to an area in the game and it could be glitchy as hell, or it could do something and it can be game breaking, something that they haven't bothered finding because they haven't really searched in that area of the game because they haven't bothered to. Like, you know what I mean? That's something that you exploring will find yourself. So it's one of those things where it's just, until there's more of this game, or until you've played it yourself, realistically, you should, especially with Pokemon games as of late, those expectations should just be mid. So as you say, you won't get disappointed then. I mean, you will get some level of disappointed if it comes out of flops and you're just like, okay, I was hoping a little bit more from this. But as you say, at least if it comes out in flops and your expectations are mid, it's not going to be like, as you say, I was like campaigning for this to be the greatest fucking game there is. It's just, and it's come out to be like, a very lame experience. You're not going to be, that as disappointed. You'll be a little disappointed, but nothing, mega disappointed, which, a lot of people were with Legends E2A and Scarlet and Violet. They had expectations too high, and then they came down very quickly from that high when the games actually came out and they played them. But I say, it's just like anything, just manage those expectations, or else you're going to be disappointed if it comes out and it's not what you think. But again, that kind of goes person to person, in the sense that each person might have different feelings to how this game is going to be. Like, they could, you know what I mean? And to say that, but as you say, you can't please everyone. You can please so many people with something, and then someone can come out, be a 10 out of 10 thing, and everyone's like, you got a load of people raving about it, but you'll still have that minor group of people like fucking going, oh, it was dog shit, it was fucking awful, I don't know how people are raving about this, it's so bad. I mean, Baldur's Gate 3, which obviously we're going to play after this recording, and Clay Obscure came out, rave reviews from most people, but then you still had this very small amount of people being like, oh, graphically it's not that good, oh, there's this and that I don't like about it. Like, you're always going to have that. I mean, when Baldur's Gate came out and won Game of the Year, you had that small group of people that pissed off that Spider-Man didn't win it. They're like, oh, Spider-Man's a visually better game. There's a lot more to the look of this game than Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 is just this like fucking click and turn-based game. It's like, how the fuck's that won this compared to this game that visually is like this massive storytelling game? It's like, there's a difference there. Yes, it may not visually look as stunning as Spider-Man 2 did, but it had a lot of elements that Spider-Man didn't have. Like, it had so much side content. There's so many ways you can play this game. Like, there's so many story paths you can go. There's so much customization to this game. There's just a lot of stuff to it. Yes, visually it may not be on par, but as an overall, it pretty does surpass it in all these other elements it's got. As you say, it's that small amount of people that are always going to be negative because it's not what they wanted in that position. But I say, it literally just depends on the people. But I say, me and you, I think we've got mid expectations. I think we're at the midpoint. I say, it's just, I think I've been disappointed enough over the years to just know to keep those expectations mid or down to nothing. I think that's the best when you, I say, when you don't see anything about it. But I think because how mainstream Pokemon is, you're always going to see so much about it.
Yeah.
I would have loved if it was a game that I didn't see anything about up until the point of launch. So at
Yeah.
least then you could experience it and go, "Oh, this was like better. This is really good. I really enjoyed this." Or I say, "I'm a little disappointed, but I didn't see anything, so I couldn't really like judge
Yeah.
off a year in advance thought on this game." But I say I thought that was best. I mean, I say going back to Baldur's Gate 3, I didn't know anything about that until the game came out, until probably like a few weeks before launch of the game.
Yeah.
Because I know it was in like early development. It was in like early access for like fucking like a good like year or two. I'm pretty certain about it. I think it's actually a good like 2-3 years. I think it came out during like maybe like COVID 2021 era, 2020/2021 in early access. But I didn't know about it. I mean, a YouTuber I follow had played it, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that video, and obviously, you know yourself, like any videos on YouTube, and that you miss one, fucking there's about 50 more that covers it before you finally realise it's there. And I remember seeing it years later, like, oh, they've played it already. What the fuck? But I remember I said Connor mentioned it, and I was like, I saw like a little bit of gameplay. I was like, okay, that seems like intriguing enough. So then I jumped in when it got launched, and then really enjoyed myself with it. But
Yeah.
I say it's always good when you're going blind and you just don't know what you're expecting, because then
Yeah.
If it's disappointing,
Which is very rare nowadays because
yeah,
it's very hard to actually be blind into a game.
I think unless it's something like really obscure, like Clay Obscure,
Yeah.
you're not, you know what I mean? It's like these mainstream companies, you're gonna constantly get fucking social media pushing of it, like say Nintendo, Ubisoft, PlayStation, Xbox. You're always gonna get fucking heavily pushed, like trailers, marketing for it. But I say with these games that are from smaller studios or first-time studios, you're not really gonna have a lot of push unless you're following them on social media or something. I say I didn't really hear much about obviously Baldur's Gate 3, but obviously I'm guessing maybe if you're following Larian Studios, you would probably saw social media posts about it and then learned a lot more about it. Same goes with Clay Obscure. I can't think of the company that made that, but obviously unless you're probably following them on social media, you won't know about it until the hype train starts picking up and people start playing it. Like, oh, it's really good, recommend it. And so I still didn't hear much about it. I think I heard the name, that was it, and maybe the poster I saw, that was it. So that's going in blind for me. It's just a name and a poster. Or maybe just hearing like, oh, this is the sort of story it's about, like something like that, and that's fine. But say it's your expectations with Pokemon now is what I go into every Assassin's Creed game now. Like it's it could go either way. For every great one, there's a mid one or just an okay one. And it's like, okay, if I keep my expectations as low as possible, oh yeah, I like the setting of this, it looks good, but there's some elements I'm not too keen on at the moment. But if I stay away from it and then jump in at gameplay, I'm fine. So I feel like it's hard to keep a blind expectations on a game, because there's just so much, especially with the internet nowadays. There's just so much social media pushing of it through just posters, through
or people just spoiling the game.
Like just there's so many fucking like reaction videos that pop up on my. I mean, I don't even follow half these reaction like videos on my like social media, and they just keep popping up just because I've like seen one thing similar, or I've seen one of their videos, and it's just constant, and it's like, oh, okay, that's just spoiled that for me. But that's the thing, because there's that much easy way for these companies to market and push their games to, or just show developmental cycle on their games through, as they stills, through little. Here's like a pre-rendered, like this little snippet from our game, like someone just like walking around, or something stupid like, here's like a character model for our game. Because they can do a lot more because of like Facebook, Instagram, obviously X, formerly known as Twitter, stuff like that. Because they can push through all these different social media platforms, whereas back in the day they couldn't, because it wasn't as mainstream. So that's obviously, I think most of the time back in the day it was mainly via TV marketing and maybe like in like gaming books or something like that. Whereas now you got that, but you've got this one thing that's in everyone's hand, a fucking mobile phone, and that makes it easier for them now to get that game in front of you. Which, okay, they kind of have to, or else they're not going to sell anything. But I feel like, with something like Pokemon, you can kind of get away with not, because it's you're going after the brand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like for an indie company or a smaller company, then fair enough. You kind of need to market your game because
Yeah.
you're not big enough to get it out there. But just here's the name of the game. Whereas say companies like Ubisoft, Nintendo, all these other companies, when they can like just put out a new Pokemon, new Assassin's Creed, new Call of Duty, they can literally just put the name up. There you go.
Yeah.
People are sold on just that. Whereas
Mhm.
say these smaller companies, they can't. They can't just say, "Oh, here's my game." I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like a small fucking, not one I've already made as an example of. I'm trying to figure out like another small game but my brain's gone fucking blank. But say it's one of those ones where you can't just market it as, here's the net.
Yeah.
They need to push a lot more out to get people in. But say with the new Pokemon game, they just had to go, "Oh, here's Pokemon," and fucking everyone was like, "Okay, let's watch this. Let's jump on it."
Yeah.
But that's the easy thing for these bigger companies. Word of mouth from just the name. You're branded for all these years. I mean, Pokemon branded for 30 years now.
Yeah.
It's
30
always,
years old.
I'd say, it's always gonna allow you to jump off that rather
Yeah.
than having to actually market it. Yes, they're gonna market it like hell, but they could easily not market it and still probably sell loads of copies because again, it's Pokemon. It's the first big Switch 2 title for the Pokemon series. It's the next
Yeah.
mainstream entry in the series. That alone, those few things I just said there, would probably sell them fucking millions of copies without even actually showing any gameplay of it.
Just imagine Pokemon just doing a shadow drop out of nowhere.
Mate, I mean, yeah, they probably wouldn't sell like massive amounts straight away, but over the course of like a week, they probably would pick it up. Because I know, for example, God of War, they recently shadow dropped like a really like a platformer game. They literally announced it and dropped it the same fucking day. So I feel like it'd be difficult for them to do that. I feel like they'd probably still. I mean, I feel like they still would make a killing.
Yeah.
Because you'll probably have people that want to play it straight away and don't want to wait for the physical copy, and they'll just get the digital download straight away. So I think they'd make a killing on the storefront, and then over the course of the week, the physical copies being sold would make a killing as well.
Yeah.
But I would say it's an interesting idea. See if they could actually fully just sell off. Here's the name. Here's the name. We haven't even given any hype. Here's the game. It would be interesting to see how well they would do just off that. I mean, I'd be interested to see how it did. I'd be like a little experiment. But I feel like they wouldn't do that because, as I say, they're gonna market it. But again, I would be interested to see if them not shadow dropping, just as say, just announcing the game. Here's your release date. Here's your title. There you go. Have fun with that.
Good luck.
And if you pick it up and it's a mess, then the fuck is going on your end? Like a fucking... Is that someone clicking your light switch or like a car, like a vehicle going past with flashing lights on top of it?
Nothing.
What the fuck is it? Is
The light.
someone clicking your light on off then?
Yeah, me.
Or you got like a switch in your hand?
I've got a switch on the floor.
What?
It's one of them ones that you can just step on the switch and it turns on.
It's a weird thing to have. Is it just because you're lazy and can't be asked to walk to the actual light switch?
No, this is just like a lamp.
Oh, it's just a lamp. And it's because when the position of the light, it kind of looks like it was coming from...
It's up there.
Oh,
That's where my actual light is. The lamp's there.
Oh, so it kind of where the lamp's angled, it looks like it's flashing higher than it obviously. Okay. But yeah, it would be interesting to see a shadow drop or a non-marketed drop to see how well a game would perform. But that's the problem. They have to market it, and that then sets the expectations a lot of times. But
gotta do it for the stocks.
Like, I mean, it puts more. It makes them spend. It means they gotta spend more. But when they do the game sales, most of the time we'll make that back.
Yeah.
It's just then trying to make back the actual game development cycle fucking money. But as I say, we'll see how it does when we actually get some more gameplay. We'll see how it does when the actual game comes out. I mean, when we actually get a bit more gameplay, I feel like we might come back on and talk about more gameplay on it. I say it's just difficult to talk about it from just this very brief glimpse at
like about a minute long, about 3 minute long trailer.
So that was the only thing really they announced. They showed off at that event, wasn't it? I didn't really see much else.
Yeah, you had a bit of Pokepia and all the other.
It's just mainly it's just stuff they normally show, isn't it? Like the fucking like here's like the next. It's the pack that's currently opening on Pokemon. Trading card games and shit like that. So it's basically that was just their main big thing. Was that this time?
Yeah.
So that's why we didn't really talk about much else from that event, because there's nothing else to really talk about. That's why we went off topic a lot, but you know, gotta keep talking about something, or else you just kind of don't have anything to talk about. But either way, obviously, if you've seen the little brief trailer to the Pokemon Winds and Waves, let us know in the comments below what you thought of the little brief look at it. And if you're keeping your expectations low, considering the last few games have not been where a lot of people would have wanted them to be, considering the consoles they're on now. That's the thing with being on Switch 2. Obviously, the Switch 2 now, and the Switch in general, people are expecting a lot more from the games because them having the consoles to do it with, rather than these, your DSs or your Nintendo Wii's.
Yeah.
Obviously, the hardware's there for them to make something a bit more high quality. It's just they haven't hit that level just yet. They've given the low end of it. So hopefully the Switch 2 version, first Switch 2 mainstream game, can finally deliver what fans have been wanting from a main console launch of Pokemon. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. Obviously, we've done a lot of Pokemon talks in the past, so you can check them out as well. We have the Pokemon movie reviews, which we did all those years ago. It's annoying. I want another Pokemon movie. We haven't had one for years now, so our Dragon and Bear show stuff has been dead, while that series has been dead. But hopefully at some point maybe they'll bring back the movies. Either continue that remake ones they were doing, or fucking just give ones for the new seasons. I just want another movie. I just want another movie at this point so we can talk about it. And obviously I've done a lot of gameplay videos on Pokemon, and Alex has also got many gameplay videos as well, which you can check out on his channel.
I can't seem to finish a game.
I might try and do that new Pokemon Animal Crossing style game. What's it called again? Because I always forget the name.
Pokemon Pokepia.
Pokepia.
Yeah.
Okay, I might try and see if I can get that out this weekend, since I was originally supposed to be getting the award show out this weekend, but due to delays with Connor, obviously that's not happening.
Sorry.
So I've kind of delayed that now till maybe April at the earliest, or latest technically, like end of April latest, end of March earliest, which means I'm going to give you the notes hopefully later on for ones I need you to do to cover Connor's ass. I've got to cover the other half of his ass, and then Hayden's got to edit it out every time I say Connor in the videos. Oh god, I should wait till I've got Connor's before I record my own footage. But that's what I've got to do. We've got to try and work around it. So I've got to give Hayden time to edit, and me to help obviously edit some of it, and I've got to give us time to actually re-record some more footage for some fucking Connor. But yeah, so that was meant to be this weekend, but instead I'm going to try and get a new Pokemon game out to the start of it again. And yeah, and so I don't want to give an actual proper date release date for the award show, just because I've delayed it on my a video game. Yeah, 2026. Yeah, it's coming out vaguely 2026. No, it's the 2026 awards, but it's going to be coming out in 2029.
Yeah,
we're going to have a few award shows before then, but this year's rendition is going to be a few years down the line.
Yeah,
slowly turning it into fucking Rockstar with GTA, just delaying it too many times. Oh fuck me! I think this is like the third. I actually haven't got a release date this time. The last twice I've written down this day I'm getting it for. I've gone past that twice now.
Yeah,
fingers crossed. Third time's the charm. But either way, I said don't forget to check out all these other videos. Links will be in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for joining me, Alex.
Bye.
And goodbye. If you like what you've seen, don't be afraid to throw us a little like and subscribe. That's always very appreciated over here. And, well, I'll see you on the next video.